Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your goddess reading. So we have 4 different goddesses that we're going to be tapping into today for 4 different subjects. Goddess Aphrodite, we're going to be looking into our love lives. Goddess Abundantia, we're going to be looking into prosperity, abundance, career, and finances. Goddess Cali, we're going to be looking into endings and new beginnings. And Mary Magdalene, the self-love and unconditional love that we have for ourselves and other people. So if that sounds like your guys' sort of thing, go ahead and stay tuned. And if you guys are interested in your own personalized version of this reading, it will actually be available for purchase in my Etsy shop at an additional 15% off right now. So be sure you take advantage of the sale that's currently going on. So the decks I'll be using will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful rose orgonite, which is called Goddess Aphrodite Rose, created by my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. We're going to focus here on Goddess Aphrodite first, and we're going to go into our romantic love life. All right. So it says, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So obviously the relationship that you have with yourself is really going to, radiate outside of you and attract to you other people that are seeing you and feeling you in this energy. So let's go ahead and tap into my Arrows of Love Oracle and get some messages about our love lives. What do we need to know here when it comes to love? What do we need to know when it comes to love? Ooh, we have autumn. So it is autumn right now. I know it's not autumn everywhere in the world, but I'm getting this here as current time, current energy. There could be something. That's not a word. That's an interesting word that I just made up. Something. There's something brewing, I feel, in your love field, your love vibrational field. Ooh, we have love and lace, innocence. So this is new energy. So I feel some of you guys that a new person is on the horizon for some of you guys that are either single or you're wanting to attract in a new partner. And we have pendulum, yes or no. Ooh, what do I do? Yes or no? Do I go for it? Do I not go for it? Well, let's go ahead and get some additional tarot cards to see what we need to understand about this new person that's trying to come in, or if we should go for something. Let's just say an old person returns and we're not sure whether or not we should give them a second chance. Are they innocent? What is this? So let's go ahead and go into my Arrows of Love Tarot. What do we need to know here? All right, so we have the 4 of Arrows, 4 of Swords. I feel like if this is new love, you guys are ready, okay? You guys have been in recovery mode for quite some time. Maybe you guys have taken some time to heal and to just focus on yourself and do you. So now you guys are ready. And I feel like if you have been in separation with somebody, it may be that it's time for you and this person to recover what you once had, to give it a go a second time or however many times it's been, just to see what happens here. Yeah, and I really like that judgment energy, because the judgment is all about, really looking at the past and examining the past and kind of like burying the hatchet of the past and figuring out, have we learned our lessons? Have we grown from our past actions? So if you feel like someone has changed, you just feel it, I feel like you should perhaps give someone a second chance, or again, whatever chance, however many chances it's been, and see how it works out. The 3 of Keys, 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you guys are also going to make sure that you need to put yourselves out in social situations. Let your friends help you. Let people set you up with other people. You could also meet someone at work. I just feel like something is shifting and changing. Your vibration is ready to bring in a fresh new start with maybe somebody old, or for most of you, I feel like this is someone new. But there's some sort of an energy saying here, we're never going to know unless we go into a situation again. So it's up to you on whether or not it's a yes or a no. Have you learned a lesson? Do you feel like there's still something more that you need to learn with someone old from the past? They're either going to cooperate with you this time and you guys are going to be on the same page and it's going to work, or they're not. But either way, it's kind of like you won't know until you go into the situation and at least give it a chance. But I feel like there's a few of you that are just like, nope, learn my lesson. I have no freaking desire to take this person back. I am holding out for someone new. And you know what I say to that? Good for you guys. Absolutely. To each their own. So that's what's going on in romance. That's what's going on with love. I hope that resonates with somebody out there, but some new energy is coming in. Other people are introducing you to someone, or you're in a social situation and that's where you meet another person, like putting yourself out there. Okay. And some of you guys are giving someone from the past a second chance. And you guys are going to know pretty much right off the bat whether or not this person has changed or not. You're going to see for yourself, see with your own eyes, and then you're going to be able to make that determination, yes or no. And then at least you're going to know is what I'm getting here. And some of you guys, it's going to be a yes. And some of you guys, it's going to be a no. But whatever's going on here, it's like you are loving yourself. You have worked on yourself. You're a different version of yourself. So this situation or this time is going to be different for you, no matter what the other person is doing. It doesn't matter. You're in a stronger position. You feel like a goddess. People are showing up that are wanting to treat you that way. So if they don't, you're so much of a goddess where you're just like, then fall away. I don't need this. It's not what I'm looking for. Why? Because you've gone through enough to know what you're gonna put up with and what you're not gonna put up with. So good for you. This is amazing energy. So something is going to be happening in this season of autumn with either a new love or someone from the past. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and shift gears and go into Goddess Cali. So this says here, endings and beginnings, the old must be released so that the new can enter. So what I want to say about that is I really feel that some of you guys may have let go of an old love. Okay, so that's why perhaps maybe some kind of new cycle is coming back and returning, or it could just be that someone new entirely is coming into your life. Either way, something is happening here for the better. All right, so let's go ahead and get some messages here from Goddess Cali. This is the Goddess Cali Oracle Pocket Edition. Actually, I'm going to lay them out like this. Here we go. All right, we have commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. There is genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition, and those around you may recognize. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It's not the imagination that drives you towards destiny, but the incentive recognition of your true purpose. So what this is saying here is that there's something about your vibration where you are just ready to just move forward in a powerful way. And because you're going towards your destiny, it's like other things are now falling into place. You know, what's destined for you is finally complying with you. So if people are not complying or things aren't falling into place, that means that these people need to fall away. So we must release things that aren't working anymore. We must release things that are problematic. Doesn't mean that we expect perfection, but it doesn't need to be a constant chaotic cycle. There needs to be flow here. So the more that you commit to yourself of wanting to be in a state of purpose, like moving forward with purpose, knowing what you want, being clear about what you want, not getting caught up in other people's crap, other people's excuses, other people's just stuff. The more that you're focused and headstrong about what you want, you will continue moving towards the things that are meant for you and other people that know what they want too. So you're like dropping away from people that are just confusing, all over the place, lazy, making excuses, all that crap. You're like, no, I don't have time for that. Good for you. It's a very powerful shift is what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards with that. What are these powerful shifts that are taking place here where we're moving forward unapologetically, just doing us, and other people are now complying. And if they don't, sorry, we're done. We're out. We don't have time for it. All right, this is called the Modern Love Tarot. The Page of Cups, Pisces energy, okay? So this is about just enjoying your life, seeing things from a child's eye, a brand new, fresh start, maybe even just having fun, having having new friendships, or possibly friendships that turn into romance. Maybe just kind of slow. I mean, you're going after what you want, but you're not in any rush. Like, you're enjoying the journey along the way. You're not so worried about the destination. You know that whatever is meant for you is simply just, you're going to run into it. You know, you can't not run into it. It's your destiny. So that's amazing. So I feel like you guys are kind of like getting even more spiritually connected and really just allowing the universe to reveal the magic to you. And you're like a child noticing all the little things along the way, but you're not getting caught up on those details. You're actually able to experience all the little things. This is about being in a state of grace. This is about being very in a state of gratitude, just really, really feeling good. Ooh, we have the Hermit's energy. So the Hermit is about not selling yourself short. You would rather be alone in your principles than basically just settle for crumbs or settle for mediocrity. Okay? So you're just free with that child's energy of the Page of Cups. You're free. The Hermit is Virgo's energy, and Virgo has a lot of virtue, a lot of standards. They're not going to just settle. And it doesn't mean that you expect perfection, but if someone doesn't want what you want, or they're making a bunch of excuses and they're not willing to like look at things and analyze things and really go deep and just be authentic and real, I just feel like you're not wasting your time anymore. You know what you want. You're raising your standards, and you're okay. You're not going to let other people make you feel guilty for having standards, because you guys may have dealt with people in the past that have made you feel like, oh, you just expect too much, or, you know, you're being unrealistic. No, I'm getting here. You know who you are. And so if other people don't get it, or they want to blame you or cast their crap onto you, they're not for you. So the Hermit means like, you know what you want. You stand in your power, and you're still going to be involved with the magic of life and living your life, but you're going to make decisions on what you choose to invest in and what you choose to let go. Like, you're that master. You're your own master here. So let's go ahead and get one more card. Oh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. But hey, you guys, it doesn't come without opportunities. So there is an opportunity here. Once we end something, there's another opportunity just around the corner. So don't be afraid to let things go, especially if this is a position like a job, or maybe something that is providing you this feeling that you are secure, but you really are not happy about that situation. So it could be like a job that pays well, but you're just really miserable and you're not happy. So this is about knowing what is good for you, holding out for something better, raising your standards, knowing you're worth more, and not being afraid to leave things behind. Okay? Realizing that there's opportunities for happiness. This life is full of magic. It just depends on how we look at the situation. So we can look at the life as dead ends, or nothing good's ever going to happen to us, we're stuck, or we can look at it as there's opportunities all around us. There's magic all around us. But unless we're willing to see it, things are not going to show up. So you have to be willing to let things go, so that way new things can come into your life, you guys. And this is in the form of jobs, ways of living, ways of being, people, relationships, everything. So Goddess Cali is saying, step into your power and don't be afraid to let things go that really aren't making you happy, that really aren't serving your highest good. And when you let go and you do that, and you own that power, you own that understanding of life, it is amazing the things that start showing up for you. Life is magical. You're like a child. You're seeing things in a whole new way. And you're so glad that maybe you took another opportunity, or you decided to do something that you love to do. Because I see the Page of Cups as someone who loves what they do, because they just feel good about their lives. They're not just living or, waking up every day and just, working and just surviving and getting through the day. No, this is someone who's actually taking the time to slow down and enjoy their freaking lives. And I'm getting here that a lot of you guys want to do that. A lot of you guys might want to even work for yourselves with the Hermit's energy. And this is saying you can. You've got some great ideas. You've got some talents. But you've got to either put an end to this self-critic, this inner critic that's telling you, no, you can't do that, or no, you need to be afraid. Or perhaps, you have to do this because, you need this money. And I get it. Yes, some of us, we need money to pay our bills and things like that for sure. But we're being asked in a way just to take a look at the quality of our lives. Is the quality of our lives in ways that we might be suffering? Is an early death worth the money that we're making? You know? So we're being asked to sit down and ask ourselves, how do you feel about your life? How is your quality of life? Is it just wake up every day and do the same thing and then go to bed and wake up and do the same thing all over again and just feel kind of Or are you actually having any fun? So Page of Cups always reminds us to step more into that child, that magic of life, and seeing that our fate and our destiny, our destined paths is like calling us. So if some of you guys just feel like you're meant to do something else, you're meant to lean into that experience. You're meant to kind of look down that road and kind of step forward on that road to say, you know what? The only way anything is going to change, or the only way that my life is going to get magical again, is if I take a risk, or I take a chance, or I take this leap of faith. That's what I'm seeing here for this. So some very powerful stuff. All right, you guys, now we're going to go into some energy here of Mary Magdalene, which is the unconditional love that we have for ourselves. And when we have it for ourselves, then we are able to have it for other people. So it says, love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So let's not get this confused. This doesn't mean that we need to allow people that are toxic or narcissistic to use us or treat us like crap, okay? It's not about love and light for all. Sometimes you can wish someone well, but say, you know what? I can't have this person in my life. They're too toxic. They're too problematic. They're putting me at risk. So the most loving thing that you can do is to continue to, love that person, but you don't have to have that person in your life. So I always need to make that distinction, because some people just don't understand it, and that's okay. I think sometimes there's just things that are misconstrued. Oh, Peaches is on my lap and he doesn't want me to get the cards that are across the table. Peaches, you know that people are wanting me to do this reading right now. So hold on for just a second. Oh, shit. All right. He's not allowing me to move. Peaches, do you want to say hi to people? Here. You want to say hi? Here's Peaches. All right. So this particular deck here is called the Self-Care Wisdom Cards. So let's see what we need to know about unconditional love. Peaches, what do we need to know about unconditional love? The unconditional love I have for you, that I'll leave you on my lap and let you mess up my reading. I don't care. All right. Oh my gosh, we have love. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Unconditional love, and then we have love. So let me turn this around. It says, love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm coming up with some crazy words today. Love yourself. Okay. So yes, you can love other people. And sometimes we always think about how we could do better, how we can love people or be of service to people. But sometimes the one person that we forget about, you guys, is ourselves, right? Sometimes we are just such givers and empaths, or, just we want to love, we want to inspire, we want to help people, we want to do all these things. But sometimes that one person that's missing out is us. That one person that's missing the mark is just the love that we have for ourselves. So make sure that you are taking time to love you. If you are wanting somebody to love you unconditionally, you got to start loving yourself unconditionally first. So if you berate yourself, constantly saying negative things about yourself, look at yourself in the mirror, you hate everything that you see, you're constantly just berating yourself. It doesn't mean that you're going to attract other people in your life that do the same thing, but don't be surprised when the quality of your relationships aren't that great, because the quality of the relationship that you have with yourself really sets the standard for other relationships around you. You're going to put up with a lot more crap if you don't really have a lot of respect for yourself. You just are. You just are. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another. We have patience. Oh, I love it. She has a cat on her lap just like me. It says, it is safe to wait. I love it. Okay. Now, remember early on, we were talking about the hermit, right? Holding out for something greater, holding out for something just better or different. There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. It is better to just, not accept crumbs and perhaps just be patient. And I don't want to use the word like we're waiting, as in we're putting our lives on hold and we're just sitting there twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the universe to do something. No. But I feel like it's safe for us to raise our standards. It's safe for us to not settle for crap just because, well, it's something to do. Well, maybe this is as good as it's going to get. Or, well, I am secure right now and that's better than being happy. Sometimes it's safe to wait, and that's in that sense too. So maybe you're dreaming about doing something that you've always wanted to do, but you don't exactly have the either resources, maybe even the energy or the time to make that shift. It's okay, you guys. It's also okay to just wait. Maybe it's not the right time to make certain moves. Maybe you need a little bit more time, or you need to do a little bit more research. Maybe you need some more time to love yourself first before wanting to jump into a new relationship. A lot of times we want to jump into new things because we want to forget about an old love, or we want to just feel good again. We're tired of feeling sad. And it doesn't mean that we can't do those things. We certainly can. But sometimes it might be safer to just wait until you're really ready. I did get early on, though, with that energy where we tapped into this. A lot of you guys have recovered. A lot of you guys have waited long enough. And there might be some of you guys that maybe it's okay. Or you can unconditionally tell someone no. That's a form of unconditional love. Okay? I love you and I don't really have any conditions, but I need to say no. And if you unconditionally love me, then you will understand that this is my stance right now. I'm not going to be able to do this right now, or it's a no for me right now. How many times when people tell us no, do we start feeling reactive? Do we feel triggered? What do you mean no? You know what I mean? Sometimes that's a hard thing to accept, is when someone says no or they decline your invitation. Sometimes it's hard not to feel somewhat rejected. So sometimes it's safe to just allow people, including yourself, to take the time and the space that you need in order to heal. Sometimes that's the most loving thing that you can do. So what I'm getting here is that if you guys are suffering with feeling really slighted, or feeling either maybe judged, or you're just feeling really hurt with the way that someone is acting towards you or treating you, because let's just say you reached out and they're not returning your phone call or your text, or they're not opening themselves up to get to know you further, or to want to have a relationship with you, or just wanting to connect with you right now. Sometimes it's better and it's safer for both people to just give each other space and time. So that's a message that's coming through too. And it's coming from a state of unconditional love. Sometimes people know that they can't make other people happy, or they're going to disappoint other people. And it could be because they're not able to even care for themselves. So sometimes the most loving thing that we can say to another person is, I'm really sorry, but I'm just not available right now. I just can't do that right now. And it's only human for us to go, what do you mean? And not take it personal. But try to shift into that unconditional love energy and not take it personal. Okay? So think of a time when you really needed to say no. Oh, I really wanted to go, but I can't. I got to take care of myself. Try to look at someone else and give them that same kind of, just give them that pass. That's a vibration that Mary Magdalene is asking you to have at this time. That's beautiful. And we have intention, number 1. Ooh, making yourself number 1. What if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is all about self-love, loving yourself, which is the first message here, more. So you have to make yourself number 1 priority. It's like you want somebody to make you their number 1 priority. I think it's only natural that we want that in relationships, but really we need to make ourselves number 1. And then obviously if we can take care of ourselves, then we can take care of other people. Sometimes people say, my number 1 relationship is with God, the universe, my creator. And then everything else after that, all of those relationships will fall into line because that relationship is nice and centered. That relationship is good. So it's kind of the same way as seeing yourself as if that relationship is good and solid, then all of your other relationships are going to be whole, good, and solid. So it's time to make ourselves a number one priority. It's time for us to make that shift if we haven't been doing that. Okay. So there's something there. All right, let's see what else. This is called the Light Seers Tarot. The World. Okay, so the World is about closure. The World is about closing up chapters, closing out cycles, and walking through new doors. So obviously we've just had a solar eclipse, and so some of you guys may have eclipsed out old cycles, old patterns, let go of things that were not serving you, letting go of things that were not allowing you the time and space that you needed to love yourself or to show up for yourself. So it's connected to Saturn as well, and that's a planet of karma, burden, and restriction. So wherever you guys were restricted before, I feel like this loving presence of unconditional love is coming into you, and you are able to now move through a new door, having a better relationship with yourself. And when we have that better relationship with ourselves, we have those better relationships with other people. We have the Five of Wands, but it's in reverse, which means less struggle, less strife with other people, less arguing, less challenges, just lessening all of this trouble in relationships or how we relate with others. So that's the key, I feel. We're coming to this conclusion that if we can just improve the relationship that we have with ourselves, then all of the other relationships in our lives will start to improve, but it has to start with us. And we have the Hanged Man. There's no better time to do it than now. So hang out for a little bit. You know, this Hanged Man is beautiful. Look at all that light, the epiphany, the awakenings, the paradigm shifts, just the realizations, the spiritual downloads, everything that comes to us when we just take some time to just kind of sit in the energy and figure out what we need to heal, what we need to change, what can we improve. Looking at things from a different perspective also is life-changing as well. So Mary Magdalene's message of unconditional love is very simple, actually, but sometimes very hard to do. Really improve that unconditionally loving relationship that you have with yourself so you can start to experience unconditional love coming from other people too. The more understanding you are of yourself, the more forgiving you are of yourself, the more understanding and forgiving you're going to be with other people. And that is a lighter frequency, and it's not so heavy and karmic all the time. So a lot of your guys' karmic connections and karmic cycles are going to start to, come to a close. We're going to start to see how we can make improvements and really change things. So a lot of problematic relationships are going to start improving, or we're going to come full circle, come to an understanding of things and either walk away or complete those cycles so we can experience more peace and love. I love it. All right, you guys, so our last goddess here is Abundantia. Let's look at the energy here. So it says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So what is this abundance and prosperity? So this deck right here is called Hustle by Fire Witch Tarot. That job is trash. Move on. Wow, that is very in your face. Some of you guys, I'm telling you, the energies that we got earlier, if something is not working for you, it's almost like the money isn't worth it, the stress, the anxiety, whatever it is, it's like it's just no good. It's time to move on. Something's not worth it anymore. Maybe it was at one time. It's just not anymore. So it is time for us to start to make some sort of shifts in a new direction. Try to figure something out. Figure something else out. Windfall of money is coming your way. So that's fantastic. So whatever we trash, whenever we move on, what do? We create new opportunities. So there is a new opportunity coming your way when you make the decision to move on. Now, I'm not trying to suggest that people quit their jobs and just walk away. You might want to get something else lined up before you do that. But remember, if we don't take the necessary steps to make changes, nothing's going to change. So if you're not happy in your current position, or you're not happy with what you do, it's time for you to make some moves to change this energy in your life. We have toxic work environment. Damn, here we go again. So some of you guys, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're working alone or with other people, it doesn't matter. Whatever is going on here, it's an environment that's become toxic. It might even be that it's just time for you to maybe switch where you do your work every day, okay? Or how you go about your schedule, or when you do something, if you work for yourself. Something has become toxic. We need to change the relationship that we have with our environment. Something needs to shift because it is creating this feeling of just, we're actually blocking our abundance at this time is what we're doing, because we're not happy or something is standing in the way. We just don't feel good about something. So let's get into my Treasure Trove Tarot for career and finances and see what else we need to know here. Six of Cups. Okay. Childhood dreams, working with youth, reward for past efforts. So I'm getting a couple of things, you guys. Some of us are dreaming of how things used to be. We're dreaming of happier times, how things were once upon a time. And some of us, there could be something that we always wanted to do, but maybe we gave up on that dream. And instead we went into a direction that maybe was expected of us, or we did it because, well, it was going to pay more money or whatever. But something is causing us to feel like we're not happy. Maybe we are wishing that things were different. We're nostalgic of how happy perhaps we used to be in the past, or shoulda, woulda, coulda done that thing. Now, the Six of Cups represents maybe that regret, but it's never too late to do something about it now. So if you didn't do something long ago, it's time for you to pick that idea or that dream back up and start to work towards that goal now. Okay? It could also be that some of us are very nostalgic. We've been in a job forever. It's what we've always done. So we're really afraid to make a shift. But there is some sort of abundance in the future. And we do have this toxic work environment and move on because something is just crap. So it is telling us here that we've got to let this longevity of how long we've done or how long we've been doing something, or all the people that we know, or whatever. Every single time that we make a shift or a change in our lives, yeah, there's going to be that feeling of being afraid, or we're going to fear like losing people. Gosh, there's so many relationships that I have created, like friendships that I've created with the people that I've worked with. And honestly, I don't keep in contact with any of those people anymore. One of the last jobs that I had, working in a salon, one of the only reasons that I probably still see this person is because she is my hairdresser. So it just works out, But other than that, all the connections that I've made over the years with people that I work with and things like that, those friendships are over, because a lot of times those friendships are friendships of, and it's an environment, you're a team, so you're together all the time. And sometimes we're afraid to, and that's a legitimate thing, because your work family is like your freaking family for some people. Those are very important relationships. And some relationships and friendships will stand the test of time, but most of them don't. So I definitely understand that if some of you guys are in a situation that you're just not happy, but then it does have its perks, because you love the people that maybe you work with, but you just hate maybe your boss or something that you do. Spirit is just saying here, something needs to shift, something needs to change. We got to figure something out, because the way that we're going about our lives or the situation, it's just becoming toxic, more and more toxic. Yeah, look at that. See? I'm telling you, Spirit's saying it has to change, you guys. We have to cut our losses before it's, I don't want to say too late, but we could be miserable for years. We could just feel just down for years. we could feel like life is shit for years and never change it. Or we can make that shift. Or we can think of something that we want to do and move forward with that thought, that idea, that dream of the past and do something. Yeah, look at this. 4 swords. He's taken a freaking sledgehammer and he wants to sledgehammer that freaking computer. He wants to burn it up. We have frustrated. Take time out. Sleep on it. Yeah. So 4 swords means that we need a break. So even if this means that you guys are kind of like maybe taking a little bit of vacation, taking a step back, taking a couple of days off just to kind of rejuvenate yourself, put your head back on straight so we're not totally like emotionally reactive in this situation, then that's what we need to do. But Spirit is saying that it is time for us to have more peace and happiness in our lives, and with what we might be doing right now with our lives or work or just what we're supposed to feel like we're supposed to be doing, something just isn't cutting it. Some kind of shift is wanting to take place. So instead of taking your frustration out in this environment or letting people take their frustration out on you. So let's just say you're at a computer all day, you're on the phone, you're dealing with customer service. It's about the worst job in the freaking world, dealing with people that are coming at you, blaming you for things, isn't that? It's one of the reasons I'm off of Etsy right now selling decks. What a stressful situation. You know what I mean? So I'm only selling my readings there. That's great. But when people are purchasing things, they're waiting, mailing issues, the USPS, things coming from overseas, there's just a lot of stress. And you have some people, not everyone, but some people that are just downright freaking nasty. And they take their crap out on you. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so accommodating. I just don't get it. But it can really, really get to you, and it can make you feel like you're in this toxic situation. So we do owe it to ourselves to take into account that how toxic something is and how short really our lives are. And is this worth your soul? Is it worth your health? I'm getting it's not. So let's maybe take a step back and figure out how we can improve our situations. Some of us may have to cut our loss, right? Cut our losses. We have the 10 of Cups. Guess what, you guys? It might be here that you have an opportunity to maybe work from home, okay? Because we have happy home life, domestic security, family business. There might also be someone that you know, so this could be a friend or a family member, where maybe somebody is hiring, somebody needs help with something. Think about that. Think about something that you can do that's going to bring you a lot more happiness. Something where you can maybe work from home. Something that's going to not be as stressful for you. Something where you're actually going to be able to feel a lot more just happy and just, you're going to feel happy, but you're also going to still feel financially secure too, is what I'm seeing here. So making this shift, you guys, is going to turn into the 10 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords, because guess what? If you're losing sleep and you're feeling stressed, you're sick, you can't sleep at night, you're having just nightmares, dreams, all this other stuff, and you're in this spot of just feeling like a victim. When we're in this energy, our judgment is clouded and we can't make really good decisions, which means that we're going to be irritable with our customers. We're going to be irritable with people. So what is it that's creating the stress? Because it needs to shift and change. Time to take care of ourselves. Yep, there it is. And this new moon in Scorpio, which is death's energy, it's time to make this inevitable change. It's actually a blessing in disguise that something is happening. So let's just say some of us lose our jobs, business isn't going well, or maybe we even, did I say that, get fired, or things happen. It's giving us an opportunity to cut something out of our lives that's making us feel like death, right? Yeah, it's making us feel like death. And there's certain things in my life where I'm like, oh God, I'm afraid to cut that out, because if I do, wow, I'm like cutting off my money supply. Sometimes cutting that frustration out is worth it. So that's something I understand. And we have the 2 of Wands. Fusion of ideas on the same page and business partners. So something came up. Where was this? Something came up earlier. I believe it was the I don't remember where it was. I don't know where I'm getting confused with some of those messages, but maybe it's just something new that's coming. It's talking about perhaps letting another person assist you or help you, or maybe even thinking about going into business with a friend of yours. Two heads sometimes are better than one. This might be somebody who compliments you very well. Maybe somebody that you know is also struggling in the same way, and the two of you decide to do something together. You guys support one another to start something, or you offer services, and it's easier to do it with two people than versus just one person. Maybe one person has the financial backing, the other person has the ideas. So I do feel, you guys, that there is someone coming in, or there's someone around you right now that is actually going to be an assistant to you, as in they're assisting you to be able to let go of something that you either don't like doing or a situation that you feel trapped in. This will be somebody that offers you a way out or offers you a solution. So pay attention to new people, or people that have ideas, or people that are wanting to work with you. Yep, Eight of Wands, it's good news on the way. So there's something that's going to be taking place rather soon. And I kind of like this because we've got 8 + 2 is 10. And then we have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So 10, 10, 10. So whenever something comes in threes, this is telling me that this is a cycle that's on its way out. This is a cycle that's coming to a close. So there's good news on the way. There's some kind of movement in business, as in we are moving to a new location, or we're moving away from stress, and there's communication, or things come in rather quickly. So it's not going to take as long as you thought, or you're not going to suffer or be down and out as long as you thought you were going to be. Okay, so obviously you guys just take these messages if they resonate for you. But I feel like a tough time or a toxic situation, there's a way out, and something is coming in to basically help to assist you to move to doing something different, doing something that you enjoy and love. So fantastic. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care. And like I said, if you guys want your own personalized version of this reading, obviously it will be a little bit shorter than this, but it'll go into these specific things tailored just for you. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Bye-bye.